What's up, everyone, and welcome to episode 90 of the Idiotic Sports Talk. I'm your host, Liam Gavin, coming to you live from my dining room table, and I want to give you all my Week 13 picks around the NFL. And before I get into it, in a previous video I made, I said that I dropped my phone throughout the week and that my new phone would be getting here soon. It is not here soon, and I need my new phone so I could edit and save my videos to my phone. The top half of my phone does not work, so I cannot hit the save button, the edit button, or whatever. It's just a crazy mess, but the new phone will be in here soon, and I will be able to post the videos. So let's get into it. Week 13 picks. Last week I went 7-8, making my total 101 wins, 77 losses, and 1 tie of the season. Last week I did absolutely horrible when I went 7-8. So I'm looking to rebound and bounce back. I've had really rough stretches the last few weeks. Let's see if I could get double-digit wins this week. So let's start the Thursday game. We have my Cowboys traveling to New Orleans to face the Saints. Now, the Cowboys have been struggling lately. They've lost 3 out of their 4 games, but they're starting to get healthy. They have Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb coming back. They do have DeMarcus Lawrence on the defense coming back, so that's huge. And I don't know who's starting for the Saints. I heard it could be Trevor Siemian. It could be Taysom Hill. And no matter what, the Saints are always tough. They have a really good defense. When they play at home, they're really loud, and their fans really like to bring the energy. And last but not least, they still have Sean Payton. And Sean Payton's a great coach. He can make something out of nothing. So I do expect this to be a really close game. Obviously, I got to pick my Cowboys, but I'm going to pick them to win by a score of 20-17. To the Sunday games, we have the Colts taking on the Texans. The Colts lost a rough game to the Bucs last week that was really close. You know, they could definitely contend with the top teams in the NFL. The Texans lost to the Jets, and the Texans just haven't seen, they haven't been that good at all this season. Besides that upset win a week or two ago against the Titans, they haven't really had any good moments at all. So I definitely see the Colts being able to go on the road and get this win. I think they're going to run the ball with Jonathan Taylor. I expect another 100-plus yard game from Jonathan Taylor and maybe even a couple scores. So I'm going to take the Colts to win this game 28-14. Next is the Vikings taking on the Lions. So this is between two teams that always lose by a touchdown or less. So someone's got to win, right? And I mean, the Lions have not won a game at all this season. The Vikings are up and down. They win a game, they lose a game, etc., etc. It's back and forth. However, I am going to have to go with the Vikings on this one. I know Dalvin Cook would be out, but they're going to have Alexander Mattison running the ball for them. And I could see him just gashing through the Lions. He did in the beginning of the season when Cook was out. So I see it happening again. And the Vikings are just all around a better team. Could the Lions snag a win? Yes, they could. But I just don't see it happening. I could see them keeping it competitive, though. I'm going to go with the score of the Vikings to get the win here, 26-20. Next is the Giants taking on the Dolphins. So both teams had nice wins. They had nice wins last week. This is really a toss-up. I know the Giants are going to be starting Mike Glennon, who's awful. So on paper, this should be an easy win for the Dolphins. However, nothing is easy in the NFL, especially if you're the Dolphins, because, no offense to the Dolphins, they're not that great this year. However, they are on a 4-game win streak, and their defense is really starting to pick up the pace. Their running game is starting to pick up the pace too. So honestly, I just see the Dolphins taking that momentum, being at home and getting to Mike Glennon, taking advantage of the opportunity of facing Mike Glennon instead of Daniel Jones. I do see it being a little close though. The Giants could also compete. They can never win, but they could at least compete with teams that, they're expected to lose to. I do have the Dolphins winning here though, 27-20. Next is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Falcons. Now, I feel like whenever these teams meet, it's either going to be a shootout or it's going to be the Bucs blowing them out. And I really don't know what to expect, so I'm going to call it down the middle. I'm going to say that the Bucs win here 34-24, but I definitely see the Falcons keeping a little bit competitive for at least the first couple quarters. And who knows, they might just win, but I don't know. I'm not confident in picking the Falcons. I got to go with the Bucs here. Next is the Eagles taking on the Jets. So this is a game that could be good. Also, we saw the Eagles lose at MetLife last week. and the Jets got to win over the Texans. Now, I know the Texans are worse than the Eagles. It hurts me to say that because I can't stand the Eagles, but the Eagles are definitely a better team than the Texans. And the Jets and the Giants, in my opinion, are probably about the same team. So I don't know who's going to win this one. I saw that the Jets are 0 wins and 11 losses all time against the Eagles, but that's going to change. I'm going to pick the Jets here to go in and get the W. So I'm going to pick the Jets to win this one 17-14. Next is the Cardinals taking on the Bears. The Cardinals are coming off of a bye week. I'm pretty sure they're going to have Kyler Murray starting, and that's really bad news for the Bears. The Bears barely just beat the Lions. I know it's any given Sunday, and the Bears are playing at home, and the Bears, you never know. They could win. I seriously just don't see it happening at all. So I'm going to have to take the Cardinals here, winning by the score of 30-13. Next is the Chargers taking on the Bengals. Now, this is going to be a really good game. Two really good offenses, but I think it's going to come down to defense, and the Bengals definitely have the better defense. The Chargers' pass defense is good, but their run defense is awful, and I could definitely see Joe Mixon shredding the Chargers on the ground. However, I could see Justin Herbert doing his thing against a Bengals secondary it's okay. This is honestly a toss-up, and, whoever wins, it won't surprise me. The Chargers have not been that great. They win a game, lose a game. We don't really know their identity yet. As with the Bengals, they're starting to catch fire, but I noticed whenever the Bengals, they start going on a nice 3-game win streak or, they win a couple games, they lose one. So, honestly, I'm going to go with the Chargers here by the score of 30-27, but it would not surprise me one bit if the Bengals get the win. Next is the Jaguars taking on the Rams. So the Rams have been struggling lately. They really have been. They've been playing awful. However, this could be a get-right game for them against the Jags. If the Rams lose this, oh man, I would just quit the season while they can, because you shouldn't be losing to the Jaguars at home. I know anything could happen. The Jaguars surprised us a few weeks ago by beating the Bills, but I really think this is the game where the Rams get themselves together, they regroup, and bounce back. So I'm going to take the Rams to win here 34-10. Next is the Washington football team taking on the Raiders. Obviously, I'm not going to pick Washington, and it pains me to root for the Raiders after they beat the Cowboys. However, I'm going to put my differences aside, and I'm going to pick the Raiders here. I do see it being a competitive game. Washington is sadly starting to pick up steam, and they're starting to play way better. The Raiders got a big win after a 3-game losing streak against the Cowboys. Hopefully this builds their confidence for the future. I definitely see the Raiders winning here. I'm going to go Raiders 24-20. Next is the Ravens taking on the Steelers. This is the first meeting between the two teams this year. I know that the Steelers have had the Ravens number, even with Lamar at quarterback. However, this is a different season. Lamar struggled last week, but I think this is a game where he's going to prove doubters wrong. And people said, oh, he didn't play good last week, blah, blah, blah. He did get the win, so that's really all that matters. But I definitely could see him playing good, having at least 2 or 3 passing touchdowns, maybe even a rushing touchdown against the Steelers' defense that's banged up. Their offense just isn't that great, but I could see their offense making some plays against this banged-up Ravens defense. I don't know. I don't know what the score is going to be. If I had to pick one, I would pick the Ravens here, 28-23. Next is the 49ers taking on the Seahawks. So the 49ers have won 3 straight. They've been picking up momentum. They've been picking up a lot of momentum. And they go on a road to Seattle, where Seattle used to be a hostile environment to play. But now the Seahawks have been bad at home. I think they only have one win at home and like 3 or 4 losses. So that's not good for the Seahawks. However, I have noticed that the Seahawks have had the Niners number over the last few years. And honestly, I'm going to take the Seahawks to win here. They're an underdog, and I'm going to take them to win by the score of 20. No, I can't say 20 because I don't think their offense is capable of it. I'm going to go 19-16, Seahawks getting the win. I'm not super confident in the pick, but however, the Niners having Deebo Samuel out is huge because Deebo Samuel, he's that man. I mean, he could score rushing or passing touchdowns. It don't matter. but I think his absence is going to show in this game, so I'm going to pick the Seahawks. Next is the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. The Chiefs are coming off of a bye week. They got a huge win before that against Dallas at home. They're going to be playing at home. And I just feel like the Chiefs are now, they're starting to gain that momentum. They struggled in the beginning of the season. A lot of people counted them out, and now they've won 4 straight, and they're looking really good. Their defense is starting to play really well. I feel like their defense is going to take over this game against the Broncos. Against the Broncos offense, that just doesn't really have anything going. The Broncos could win if they could stick to the run game with Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams. However, I don't see the Chiefs allowing them to rush the ball like crazy, because they're a pretty good tandem, Williams and Gordon. However, if the Chiefs could stop the run and force Teddy Bridgewater to try to throw, I think that, the Chiefs are going to win this one. So I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win here. I'm going to pick them to win 31-17. Last but not least is the Monday night game between the Patriots and the Bills. So this is the first meeting between each team. The Patriots have been red hot. They've won 6 straight. The Bills, they're still a good team, but they're a little up and down. They beat teams that they're supposed to be, they beat good teams, and then they lose to really bad teams like the Jags. So it's like, who do you really pick, I am going to side with the Bills because they are at home. I'm not super confident in this pick, but I do think that the Patriots' winning streak comes to an end. It comes to an end on Monday night. I think it's going to be a really close game. Both defenses are really good. Both quarterbacks, Josh Allen and Mac Jones, have been playing really well this season. So I don't know. Honestly, it's a toss-up, but I'm going to go with the Bills here. I'm going to pick the Bills to win 23-21. And as for my lock of the week, I'm going to go with the Bucks over the Falcons. And for my upset, I'm going to pick the Chargers over the Bengals. Teams that are on their bye week is the Panthers, the Packers, the Browns, and the Titans. So that's it. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Instagram. Like and share my content. Let me know who your picks are of the week. Let me know your underdogs. Let me know your locks. Let me know all that good stuff. Let me know what you agree or disagree with from my picks. Thank you all, and have a wonderful week.